Well, hello. Today's movie is a 1984 adaptation of Charles Dickens' classic A Christmas Carol. Ebenezer Scrooge is a miserly old man. On Christmas Eve, he rejects his nephew's offer for Christmas dinner, resents having to pay his clerk Bob Cratchit holiday pay, refuses to give to charity, and gouges other businessmen for his corn. At night, in his lonely house, he is visited by the ghost of his business partner, Marley. Marley is forced to wander the earth in chains, and warns that this is Scrooge's fate if he doesn't change his ways. He will be visited by free spirits to guide him. The first is the ghost of Christmas past. She takes him back to his lonely childhood. His mother died in childbirth, and his father blames him for the death. Only his sister shows any love to him. He is finally given an apprenticeship to a Mr. Fezziwig. Fezziwig has a beautiful daughter, which he falls in love with. But his obsession with work drives her away. He is later shown her life and the happy family she now has. A family that Scrooge could have had. Next is the ghost of Christmas Present. He shows him the home of his clerk Cratchit, a happy but poor family whose youngest son, Tiny Tim, is a cripple. The ghost sees that if things don't change, the boy will die. He is then shown his nephew's house and the fun that he is missing out on. Finally, he is shown a poor family that is forced to live on the street and eat potatoes that have fallen off a wagon. He soon sees that there are definitely poverty he never knew about. Finally, the ghost of Christmas yet to come arrives. Scrooge sees his own death and the indifference that it entails. An old lady steals his stuff, and this is the only emotions his death generates. He also finds out Tiny Tim dies, and he sees his neglected grave. He pleads for a chance to change. He wakes up on Christmas morning and starts to change for the better. He sends a turkey to Cratchit anonymously. He attends his nephew's party and reconciles with him. Next day, he gives Cratchit a raise and makes him a partner. He becomes a second father to Tiny Tim and leads a better life. So, this is a 1984 adaptation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. It starred George C. Scott, had some other fine notables like David Warner as Bob Cratchit, Susanna York as his wife, Edward Woodward as the ghost of Christmas Present. There's Roger Reeves, who was best known for Cheers as Robin Colcord. And even as a young Scrooge, you had Mark Strickson, who was Thurlow from the old Doctor Who series. And this was an adaptation for TV, a joint British-American production. And it was filmed in Shrewsbury, which apparently is some kind of like a historical village, medieval village that does reenactments. And it looks really authentic. This is actually one of the classic adaptations in that, it's set actually as Dickens wrote it in Victorian England. This is the one I chose for my collection. Actually, I just decided to get it because it was like cheap at a bargain bin at Best Buy. And I found it's really good. It has an excellent acting, production values, the look of it. And this is there's a reason why this story is such a classic. Obviously, it still hasn't aged at all, and it can still be shown either as it's historically written or more modern adaptations. It's a beautiful story, and it really was quite brilliant in the way it shows Scrooge, his past, his present, and his future. It uses Christmas, and it changes his life, it changes those around him. I think this is one of the better adaptations of Dickens as a classical one, and all around. I highly recommend it, and it's good viewing for Christmas. So I want to thank you all for sticking with me. I got like over 137 subscribers this year, and it's really great. I'm gonna take some time off. I'll see you next year. So I want you to have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and if you stayed this long with me, well, you're a unique individual, and I thank you.